Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to go through everything that is being added in the 1.17 update. So let's crack into it. So guys, first up we have Amethyst, and now these Amethyst buds here grow out of this budding Amethyst here. So we can find these in geodes, which are under the ground, randomly spawned around the place. You have to find them while mining, and then they will have a bunch of these blocks in them. So the Amethyst buds do not grow on the normal block of amethyst, but they do grow out of these. So if you just have these on the ground, they will eventually start growing these buds, and they come in the 4 different stages. Now you can silk touch them at any stage to get the actual thing. Until we get to the amethyst cluster, yeah, you can also silk touch that as well. But you can also break it with a pickaxe to get 4 of these amethyst shards, which we can use to craft other things later on down the line. But yeah, so look out for geodes, guys, so you can get all of these cool blocks there. Next up, guys, we have a new tree, the Azalea Tree. So we have the azalea leaves, we have the little plant itself, and we also have the flowering version of the same thing. And both of these can be placed in a pot, which, to be honest, looks absolutely fantastic. Now, a couple of things. A new block we are getting in this update is moss block as well. We'll see that further down there. But if we come out over the back here, we can actually bone meal this stuff up. And you can see that they grow on the mossy blocks as well. And you can actually bone meal the trees themselves. They grow into bigger versions of the tree, but unfortunately, we don't get a new wood, guys. They're just oak wood, which is probably the most disappointing thing about this. And moving on, guys, we now have a new ore in the game, and it is copper. It looks like this. You can mine it up in the game and you will get these, the raw copper, and that can also be crafted into a block like so. If you smelt it, you will get the ingot form of it, so copper ingots, and they can be made into blocks which oxidize in the rain. So you can get these different variants of it. So you can have the exposed copper, the weathered copper, and the fully oxidized copper, and these can be saved at any stage by using wax on them. So you can get a honeycomb, and yeah, you can slap that on and that will stop it and make it look exactly like this, and it will never change no matter how much weather is gone on it. That's why it says waxed, and these have not changed even though they've been here for a while. You can also take the wax off by right-clicking with an axe, my friends, which returns it to, it will look the same, but then it will slowly over time change into the next form until it finally gets to the fully oxidized copper. Now, a few other things, guys, we can actually craft these as well, copper stairs and copper slabs. These are all cut versions, so you can do that in the stone cutter, which is pretty fantastic. And these also can be waxed because these will otherwise start turning into these colors as well. So all the ores in the game have had a little bit of a switch up. So you can now actually use fortune on iron ore. This is not the iron ore, this is a raw iron block. So the iron ore still looks fairly similar. The textures have changed a little bit, but in the worlds you'll be able to see them just the same. So we're getting raw versions of each of the ores now, which can be made into these blocks here, which I'm going to struggle to use these, to be honest, in a build. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone will come up with some pretty cool ideas. This might be able to be used, but yeah, so you can make those, and also they get smelted into their ingot forms like they did before. Instead of you getting the full iron ore block, you just get these, and then you can smelt them up. And yes, fortune works, so we'll actually be able to use fortune on iron, copper, and gold in the world now, which is pretty fantastic. So there are a few other blocks being added in this update as well, as you can see. These will all be found underground. So calcite spawns in between the smooth basalt and the amethyst blocks in the geodes, so that's where you'll be able to find this white block here. And the smooth basalt generates on the outside of the geodes, so that is a new block as well. That's pretty cool. We also have tuff, which can be found in the world quite deep down. Things are all going to change when we get the new underground biomes, but that is not until the update after this. Okay, so deep slate, guys. This is deep slate. It's going to be found in the lower parts of the world, Y16 and down, I believe, for now. This is what it will look like in the world, and if you mine it without silk touch, you will get this cobbled version of it here. And now we can change it into all these different types of blocks here. We have the polished deep slate, we have the deep slate bricks, we can put those in a furnace to make them cracked as well. We have the tiles, we have cracked tiles, and we also have chiseled deep slate. So that's pretty cool. And amazingly, a lot of these come in slab, stair, and wall variants as well. So that is all really cool for building. These are going to be awesome for roofs and things like that. I am very excited to be using these. I just want to say, guys, if you're enjoying this video, please head over to my channel, check out some other videos, and maybe subscribe if you like the rest of my content. We have a vanilla series, a modded series, and we also play a different game on Saturday called Satisfactory. So yeah, check it out, guys. I'll see you there. Hopefully, anyway. And now, a highlight that we almost missed out on. I think the community complained and they put them back in. They were going to take them out and put them in the next part of the update, but no, we are getting them in 1.17. Now, I think the textures will still change in the upcoming pre-releases, but yeah, they are looking pretty cool. So there's a different texture between the candles here when they are unlit and lit. As you can see, they're a bit different on the top. But the person who designs these is saying he wants to change them up a bit. Like he doesn't like some of these that look a bit funny. So that's what we have. We have all 16 colors and a normal version of a candle here. So this is just a normal candle, and then you have the white candle here, and we have all the other colors that you can have. They can stack 1, 2, 3, or 4 times, as you can see, and they can all be lit on fire like so. These are amazing. I cannot wait to use these in game. And just one other thing, we can make a Harry Potter floating thing, guys. They do float, you just have to place them on a block. You cannot place them like against another candle or something. Like I can't place it against this block. You have to place it on a block, but once you remove that block, it will stay there. And these are just lit with a flint and steel. So the Caves and Cliffs update has been divided into 2 parts now, guys, but we are still getting a bunch of cool cave stuff here. So let's start over here. We have Glow Lichen. It actually gives off a light level in the dark, so that is pretty damn cool. We can light things up with this little block that can be found in caves. We have the Glowberries, which are a food source. They look like this, and you can actually grow them from a block like this. And over time, they will grow down, and the berries also give off light. You can bone meal it to get the berries, but you can't bone meal it to make it grow any larger. So as you can see, I can bone meal this over and over again, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't make it grow any longer. You just have to wait over time for that to happen. So we actually have the new dripstone block here as well, and we have the pointed dripstone as well, which we can grow if we have water above this block. It will slowly grow these, and they do spawn naturally in the world as well. And if you have water dripping, I'm pretty sure these grow as well. So yeah, the pointed dripstone is pretty cool. You can actually make these very, very long, and if you break something at the top like so, the ones below it will fall down. So yeah, that is pretty damn cool. Next up, guys, we have the drip leaf here. They grow, the small ones here, which are actually taller for some reason. I don't really know how that works. They grow on clay only. And the big drip leaf here, actually, you can stand on it for a little while, and then eventually it'll drop you down. And then it comes back up and you can use it as a platform again. So that is pretty cool. It's like on a timer, and you can interact with this with redstone as well to stop it falling. So that is pretty cool. So guys, like I said before, we have the moss block here, and you can also make moss carpet versions of this block, which is interesting. We have the rooted dirt here, which is dirt filled with roots, which is pretty damn cool. You can place it around. We have this glorious spore blossom, which as you can see, gives off heaps of particles. Even like way over here, we have the little particles, and we've just got one of these set up. And last but not least, guys, is the actual hanging roots here. They hang underneath any block. It doesn't have to be a rooted dirt block, but yeah, that's what it suits the most, because it's the roots from the plants on top coming through to the bottom. So in your caves, it'll actually look like there's plants growing above you. Okay guys, now we're on to a few very strange things at the end here that sort of don't match with any of the other categories that I picked out. We have glow item frames now, so those will light up images that are inside them. That's pretty cool. So let's just say we put that inside it. It just looks a bit more awesome than an ordinary item frame. And you can make those with the glow ink sacks, which we will get from a new friend that we'll see in just a second. The glow ink sack can be used on signs. That's what I've done with these signs here. This is just white writing with the glow ink sac on it, and it puts this like highlight around it, and it makes it really easy to read compared with the signs we used to have. All right, next up is the lightning rod. It attracts lightning. Lightning hits it. It's pretty damn awesome. Powder snow, my friends, it's you get stuck in it, it cools you, and you take damage from it. We'll find that on the mountains and such, and you can also pick it up in a bucket like so. Alright guys, now we actually have a pretty cool addition here that I think most people have probably forgotten about now, but tinted glass. Now, tinted glass is not like any other glass, as you can place it in and it will actually block out the light. Like, it is dark in here, it is proper dark. And yeah, mobs can spawn in here and everything, even though the light is right there and you can still see through it. So yeah, that's pretty damn awesome. That's some glass that we can see through and does not let the light through. And last but not least in this strange category, we have the spyglass, my friends. And yeah, we can just use it to spy things in the distance. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting indeed. So guys, last up today are the brand new mobs that are being added in 1.17. First of all, guys, we have the axolotl here. He's a cute little guy. He can come on the land for 5 minutes before he needs to get back in the water, and then he starts taking damage. Obviously, we have the spawn egg. You can also catch them in a bucket. They spawn in underground water sources, as far as I am aware, and there are 5 different variants of them, so they could spawn in any of these variants, but apparently this one is very, very rare. So if you ever see one of these, catch it in a bucket straight away and don't lose it, because yeah, it's probably unlikely you'll ever see one again. The odds are 1 in 1,200, so you know, 1,200. Yep, that's pretty crazy. So you probably won't see one of those. But anyway, that's the little axolotl. He helps you fight things in the ocean. He likes to attack drowns, guardians, elder guardians, squids, glow squids, and fish. But they do have a 2-minute cooldown after they've hunted a non-hostile target like fish and squids. But they will help you kill things. And if you kill something it was in combat with, you will get regeneration 1, and you will also get rid of mining fatigue. I don't know how long that lasts, because mining fatigue will probably get you back in just a second if you're in a guardian temple. But yeah, that's pretty helpful. The little guys will also play dead sometimes when they take damage, and they'll get regeneration. So if they're playing dead, mobs will stop attacking them. So it's pretty interesting little guy. So guys, next up, we have the mountain goat, or just the goat really, which they currently spawn in any of the mountain biomes, but I think they will probably only spawn in the new mountains when we get them later on. They can jump pretty high. There's a few different variations of them, and there's also a 2% chance of a screaming goat, which is hilarious. You should probably check that out. You can also milk them with a bucket, and they can be bred with wheat. But like I said, they jump really high. They're crazy. So last up, guys, is the glow squid. He's pretty fantastic. They only spawn in underground water sources as well, but when you kill them, they drop the glow ink sacs, which we can use on these signs and the glowing item frames like I showed you before, which is pretty damn awesome if I do say so myself. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of all the awesome new things that are coming to 1.17. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the very next video.